you, what's your favorite Pokemon? Chances are, if I asked you that question, you'd have a hard time picking just one. After all, there are so many to choose from. What if you could pick 5? Well, that's exactly the question that I asked myself recently, just to see how much things have changed over the years. And I was surprised to find that not only had some of my top choices stayed the same, but that a few new faces had made their way onto my list. And as I was sitting there contemplating, inspiration suddenly struck. What would I get if I took my top 5 favorites and mashed them all together into one single amalgamate creature? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna find out today. I'm gonna take some parts off of my favorite Pokemon, mix them up, and see what I get. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a recording of the sketching stage for this design. My drawing process isn't really suited to recording, I've learned.
3 hours later.
Yeah, I need to get better about that. But eventually, I wound up doodling a concept for a little quadrupedal design that I really liked. I tried to do an alternate bipedal version, but it was nowhere near as good as the first, so I ended up scrapping it and going with the little griffin-looking guy I've got here. I resize him so I can start lining and refining him, but before I do, you'll notice that I also go ahead and add 2 tiny chicks resting on his neck spine. While this guy does pull a lot of pieces from the Pokemon that I'm using in this combo, I felt he needed a bit more of a direct tie-in to Dragapult. And what better way to do so than by giving him his own little babies that he carries around. The flames stretching out from his crest are actually supposed to be more like ghostly wisps, and will become more transparent and faded, similar to the end of Dragapult's tail. The shape of his face is very obviously derived from Blaziken. The rotund body and back legs are a part of Appletun's form. The neck spines are from the round and spiky Overquill, and the tail is tipped with 2 large fins similar in shape to those on a Swampert. For the colors, I wanted to take the same bit of artistic liberty as I took with the traits. Here, you'll see me mapping out color palettes for each of the Pokemon in this mashup. My idea is to use at least 1 color from each palette in the final design of this Pokemon. They may not be used in the exact same way or have the same placement, but at least one of them will appear somehow in some shape or form. When I lay down colors for design, I don't always have a solid idea of what exactly is going to go where, and so a lot of the time I'll just try placing down colors at random until I get something that I think looks decent. I found that having so many colors to work with in this case was a bit of both a blessing and a curse. Sure, I've got a lot of colors to choose from, but a few of these palettes don't really fit all that well together. So I find myself having to simplify in a few places by using more of the neutral colors from each palette, so as not to add too many of the more conflicting, vibrant colors in on top of each other. In some cases, this is still going to be unavoidable, but I do the best I can with what I've got. Once I get the general idea for my colors laid out, I go in and start to clean them up around the edges. This is a process that takes a bit of time, so I'm going to speed through it and take a minute to talk about whatever the heck pops into my little head. Hey, so if you're watching this video, chances are you like Pokemon, right? Hear me out. So, one of my favorite Pokemon, in fact, he's in this very video, Appletun. Alright? Hear me out. Maybe some of you like him, maybe some of you don't. But if you're one of the people who do, boy, have I got a deal for you. Boy, have I got a deal for you. And it's free, too. It's free, alright? It's free. If you like Appletun, alright? And you like, I don't know, let's say plushies? of Appletun? Consider this, alright? A couple years back, the Pokemon Center website released a limited edition, life-size Appletun plush. They restocked it once, and they haven't had it in stock again since. The only way you can get this plush now is on goddamn eBay for like 5 to 7 times the original price. Alright, so hear me out. If you like Appletun, alright, and you like plushies, and you would maybe like an Appletun plushie, you could do me a favor, and you could do you a favor, if you head on over to the Pokemon website, scroll down to the bottom of the page, hit that Contact Us button, and then in the top right corner there's like a button that says Submit Request or something along those lines, and you can send in a goddamn restock inquiry. A restock inquiry for this Appletun plush that they have not had in stock for the past 2 years. It is so cute. It's so big. I want it so bad. If you like Appletun, maybe you also have been wanting it very badly and you don't want to spend like $700+ for it when the original sale price was like $70 on the Pokemon Center website. Alright, so hear me out. I'm trying to get the biggest swarm of people I can to send in a goddamn restock inquiry for this thing in the hopes that they maybe bring it back someday. Because that's how it works with stores, right? They won't bring an item back if just 1 or 2 people ask over the course of, I don't know, a few months. But if a whole bunch of people suddenly start asking about it, they're gonna go, maybe people are interested in this thing. Maybe we should bring it back. And so, if you like Appletun, and you like plush, and you maybe want an Appletun plush, consider that. Consider doing that. You do me a favor, you do you a favor. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. And then if that plush comes back in, then maybe, just maybe, you can grab it, I can grab it, and we can all have the plush that we've been dreaming about for the past 2 years since its release. Consider it. And we're done. There he is. My Torchic line, Mudkip line, Appletun, Dragapult, Overquill combination creature. A Malgriff, the combination Pokemon. A dragon and something type. It's a creature created through the combination of DNA from several different Pokemon. Its unstable composition means that its physical properties are constantly changing, thus giving it the ability Instability, which allows this Pokemon's secondary typing to change in accordance to the type of the move that it last used. It is able to learn select moves from multiple different types, which are limited to the following: Grass, Water, Fire, Fighting, Poison, Ground, Ghost, and Dark, all of which are types that originate from the Pokemon that were used to create this fusion. So, what do you think of him? For being a mashup of 5 very different designs, I think he turned out pretty well. I especially like his little fuzzy babies. So cute. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Thanks for watching my video. I want to boost my engagement score, so why don't you go ahead and leave a comment down below and tell me what are your top 5 favorite Pokemon. You can merge an evolutionary line all into one if you want. I did it. I won't judge. Also, it was a fun challenge squishing all of these different guys together, so if you feel like it, you should totally try this out. I'd love to see your nifty amalgamations if you do. Feel free to tag me over on Twitter if you decide to partake. Maybe I can try to guess what 5 Pokés went into your design. As always, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. Or don't. Life is your cloister, after all. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.